You see, we try to overcomplicate it. People are very simple when we're looking at it from the perspective I'm going to give you today. Okay. Um, if you really remember back, think about your life when you realize that somebody liked you, right? What did you do to make them like you? The ugly person that liked you that you didn't like them back, what did you do to make them like you? Nothing. You existed. You were just there like a statue. And what happens is that that same person over time doesn't stop liking you. They actually start liking you even more. Now, what did you do to do that? Absolutely nothing. The only difference is that you're not trying to get them to like you. And I believe that's really the key. Is the fact that they're looking at you behave naturally without an agenda. And because of that, it draws people to you. Have you ever seen a politician talk about something that they clearly have an agenda for? Like, for example, like the Cash Patel, like the Epstein thing, right? You'll notice that when they answer, there's a certain unnaturalness about them that just fills you up with rage. Like there's a robotic, lifeless element to it. And the reason why is because there's an agenda. You lose charisma, you lose likability whenever you're doing something to get something out of someone. It's very difficult to fake that. And people get defensive. They get defensive when they sense your intention, they get defensive. So the key to this is to learn how to be effortless. And that's really difficult when you're needy and creepy. That's really difficult when you have a lot of anxieties. Because relationships, the opposite sex brings out your worst anxieties because they relate to your childhood. And a lot of us, some of us, now we're traumatized as kids. So what do? Well, you got to change your perspective. I want you guys to understand that for somebody to fall in love with you requires zero effort on your part. Or better yet, for somebody to like you requires zero effort on your part. Zero effort. The romanticism that it takes for you to draw to win them over takes zero effort. But the problem is that we sort of think that we have to win them over with our personality. We have to be more cool. We have to say those jokes. We have to talk a certain way. When in reality, it's the opposite. The less conscious you are about how you come across to them, the more natural you're gonna seem. And in reality, what people want to see is you being natural. Is your naturalness creepy and needy? That's totally fine. It's like that nerdy, me, like for example, me, I'm a nerd, I'm a weird person. If you know me, you know I'm a weird person. And the only reason why some people like me is because they like my weirdness. And in fact, they like me more because they say he's a creepy sometimes, but he's a nice creepy, right? Like think about the nerdy weird people that you liked in the past, right? You liked them because they were naturally themselves. When you think of somebody that you didn't like in the past, you didn't like them because you felt that they were fake. So what you don't understand is that your natural self, the part of you that's not self-conscious, when you're just being yourself, as imperfect as it is the most attractive part about you. The problem is that we're just too self-conscious. As kids, bullies made fun of our inefficiencies, made fun of our naturalness. And so now we have layered our natural self with insecurities, and we think that people don't like us when in reality they just don't like the layer we put upon our natural selves. We judge ourselves. And so we think we have to behave differently. And that's what people don't like. To get back to who you are, you have to get back to feeling good about yourself. In other words, learning how to go from anxiety to peace, from excitement to peace, from sadness to peace, from being rejected to peace. If you learn how to feel good from your own self, slowly who you are will begin to reemerge. That's why I tell people practice meditation, man. Like you gotta learn how to be your natural self. They're not gonna fall in love with it because you gotta understand most people are just faking. Most of your friends that you know, they're not really like that in real life. Like we all have a public persona. Most of the people that you know, or better, not even your friends, but the acquaintances, they're not really who they are. They're not. Like I go to support groups, and that's I see people like that's the only place I see people being themselves during support groups when they know that they're not being judged. And what you see is imperfection, sadness, contradictions, dark sides, light sides, anger. People who look nice in reality, they're like you see a bunch of ranges. And you know what's crazy? That's actually more likable. It feels more natural. There's a natural charisma that people radiate when you've seen their true human side. The problem is that we're dealing with people who are not used to genuineness. We're dealing with people who are used to the fake act. For example, with women, a woman will find who I am now less attractive than who I used to be. Because back then I used to be more fake, more confident. Look at me being confident. Now they'll see me and they'll see some discrepancies. Yeah, I'm confident, but in some areas I could be really insecure. And to some people who don't know themselves, who are not used to being honest with themselves, they might get turned off by that. But you know what? Those are usually the toxic ones. Real people who are not toxic. And unfortunately, the sad thing is that the hottest people are toxic, okay? Let's just be honest. But most people are not used to that. But you know what happens is that you are able to get them to fall in love with that part of your personality. Let me show you how. Disqualify yourself. I prefer to tell people I'm too weird. I could be a little weird. You might not like me, right? Oh, I have weird habits. You may not like me, right? Oh, we will never work out. I could be quirky sometimes. Oh, we will never work out. I'm always traveling, and that's why I'm always busy. Tell people about your quirks and say, it's not gonna work out. Trust me, you're not gonna like my creepiness. I could be needy sometimes. You may not like it. That causes people to prove you wrong. They'll want to get to know that weird side in you, right? And so rather than hiding it, present it and say, hey, look at this. This might not be good for you. We may never work out. You know, I'm too much of a workaholic. Hey, you know, I used to do crack. You may not like me because I used to do crack. I'm kidding around, but it's when you present your flaws as a reason why this will not work out, there's humans become more accepting. You know what happens? Just like anything, if you take a puppy for one day just to take care of it, you end up falling in love with those parts in their personality. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yep, that's true. Oh, it's true. Like Kurt Angle says, oh, it's true. Yep. Present your flaws. Be okay with your flaws, man. If you're nerdy and you like to play Dungeons and Dragons, say that. Say that to the girl. Just say, hey, I'm really nerdy. Some girls don't like that I'm nerdy because I like playing Dungeons and Dragons. Some girls don't like it. Some girls don't like that I play a lot of basketball because I tend to get really obsessive. Things that are natural objections when you present them that way makes people want to prove you wrong and say, "Nah, I'll accept it." To the point that they even do that with bad things. Yeah, you don't think that's what strippers tell their guys that they date? They usually present themselves as that, and the guys will accept it because they said it might not work out because this is my job. You may not like it. A lot of people, I don't know why, but people just accept it more. So this video is more about to encourage you guys. Be your needy, creepy selves. Allow yourself to be needy as much as you can. It's not going to push them away, especially when you present it. The problem is that when you are weird and creepy and needy and you hide it, and then they see it and it scares them. Tell people what you are, man. What you'll see is that they're actually going to fall in love with you faster. Anyways, man, let me know what you guys think about this. If you guys want to work with me one-on-one, go to mindfulattraction.org. And I'll see you guys. Oh, by the way, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. All right, take care. Do you give off Terminator vibes because you're so masculine? Or do you give off nice girl, creepy, and needy vibes because you're just too feminine? The problem is that both sides suffer greatly in their business life, relationships life, and friendships with family and friends. And if you don't know how to fix that, you will repeat the same pattern your whole life and never escape. Well, guess what? I have a course for you, and it's called The Feminine Woman. It's pretty much a course on how to increase your self-esteem through practical means, not through giving you guys affirmation and wishing that you stop being terminators or you stop being needy and creepy goldfish. No, I'll give you practical things that by you doing this, if you're too masculine, I swear people will say there's something in you. You look more relaxed. You're just more comforting. You become more emotionally open because I teach you guys those strategies. It's a 5-week course. If you're too masculine, you are successful in life, you are successful in business, but you struggle with connecting. And so that course will give you practical things that if you're a Terminator, you'll come out human, people. Like you'll just give off a more relaxed vibe. It's what I did in my life to heal me from my toxic masculinity. It's a 5-week course. And in that, I teach you guys how to let go of the past. I teach you guys how to use your feminine energy to influence without being too sexual, which might sabotage you. I'll teach you guys how to use the masculine to be assertive without scaring people off because sometimes it could be too much. It's a course that balances those things out, okay? So if you go Bronx mode, if you're too Beverly Hills mode, I'll teach you guys how to go Bronx mode, or better yet, south side of Chicago type of shit. Well, now you're just a serial killer right there, right? And with this course has a 30-day money back guarantee, and if you purchase it, you guys also get access to the Zoom meditation group where we both meditate, or we all meditate on a weekly basis, and you guys get access to the WhatsApp group. And it's really a good course. If you guys don't like it, just ask for your money back. I mean, you guys can see the reviews right here. A lot of people like those reviews. And you'll see the results. And if you don't see the results, then I'll just give you your money back. Like I'm not gonna scam you guys if it doesn't work, but I know it's gonna work. So you do that now. Don't end up like Frida Kahlo. All right? Don't do that shit. Y'all just think you guys can break my rules and tell people you watch my channel. You can't do that. Okay? So purchase that right now. It's a lifetime. You get lifetime access to that course, and I'll see you guys inside. Take care. Let's continue with the video.